All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Ready for some uppage. I had to start it because it started moving quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
and I didn't even put the starting soon screen on. I just started it. Okay. It's a news day finally. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There was no red folder news drivers. There was only orange folder news drivers. And, well, those days tend to be worse. Monday was good, but Tuesday and Wednesday were pretty choppy. Bad and slow deliveries, right? This was pretty obvious, just this move that we've had in the past 3-minute candles, but this consolidation would have been, it was a deterrent for me. But we'll break up the analysis from the daily to the 1 minute and show how easy the bias is today, which is a good day. So pull up both.
Yeah, I mean, delivering off the daily gap, you form that daily order block and you leave relative equal highs with the high from Monday.
Yep. So current weekly high. We're about to take a new weekly high. The low of the week was on Tuesday, and Tuesday wicked into the daily imbalance, right? So if you know the weekly profiles, we open, we put a high in, but then Tuesday low of the week, Tuesday classic expansion. So today, tomorrow should expand a little bit.
And then since we opened last night, we just straight up retraced. No move higher at all.
Yeah.
Retraced to the daily order block and the 50% of that 4-hour imbalance.
Yep, got that marked out right here.
And we're hourly, rejected off of an hourly fair value gap initially.
Yeah, and I don't want it below this hourly fair value gap because if you look at the discounted hourly fair value gaps, all this price is balanced, right? So you have this hourly inversion off this sell side, then you get a move higher, trade back lower, trade higher. This wick is met here, immediate rebalance, expansion, does the same thing, trades and fills in this candle. So there's no imbalances left below the 50%. The only thing I see is this inversion we could possibly trade to, but I don't even worry about that because it already traded into it here. But this hourly imbalance and the 4-hour imbalance, I put more attention on this upper half, right? So the constant encroachment of the 4-hour imbalance from here to the high there. Might miss the expansion if open wants to just expand. Like if it just throws in a 70-point candle, I will not be able to catch that, and that would be unfortunate.
Do you have a 5-minute gap that we're going to form here in a couple minutes? I think if YM can get down to that previous, well, not previous day's low on YM, but the previous day's low on NQ, that same low, if YM can quickly make its way down to there, and then get a retracement into the 5-minute gap on NQ, I'll probably just long that. Because while I'm so close to that low, I wanted to see some sort of liquidity get swept for an SMT.
We've got the one news driver that came out at 8:30, which left a high, was a swing high, and then we traded lower into all of our key bullish levels. There's another news driver at 9:45, so we'll put that there. So Flash Manufacturing PMI and Flash Services PMI at 9:45 in the morning. And unemployment claims at 8:30 was what we had. All right, attach that. See? So the red line, there could still possibly be trade prior to there because it looks like it's going to expand to the draw, which is daily high, relative equal high. Open the session profiles, you see Asia's high. So far, London's high has been taken with New York. So, London high taken, then we drop lower, take out London's low, right? I like seeing that when I'm looking for expansion to relative equal highs, the double purge. Okay. Let's see. We'll form a 5-minute gap here.
That's open.
Oh yeah.
I really want to be in there.
I do too. Oh, I want to be in there. Should we just do it?
I'm just so like this is exactly what I wanted to see.
If this was,
Oh, it's just
if that was normally and not open, you know, I don't, I tend not to like trading right at open, but today it could have made an exempt. It could have been an exemption. Exception. That's the word. Oh no. Oh no. That's horrible. Okay, well that 5 minute was the best trade. If you were to trade on open, that 5 minutes a trade you take. Let's see the regular trading hours here.
the main thing though. Like I'm still like the one thing I still want to see is because YM like it's way below its 4 hour gap.
Oh, we're back in the 5 minute. Holy crap!
It's it's way below its 4 hour gap, and it's so close
You
to
take it off up there?
Yeah. Well, not up there. But
That's all right.
Okay, well, frick, I lied. It's good I don't trade that open.
I still do want to see YM take that external sell side, or like that. If you go to the 4 hour, no 1 hour. If you go to 1 hour,
I'm not on YM. I don't pull up that
okay,
PSYOP.
okay.
Oh, I said that because it
Anyways.
messed with me.
For whoever looks at YM,
Let's see.
YM looks like it's going to get a move lower to that hourly sell side in equilibrium with the range, which is NQ's previous day's low.
You're not kidding, because
Once YM takes that and we form SMT there, then I would look to frame longs. Now we have more generated sell side, which is good.
okay. So for
Or buy
the
side,
people seeing us talk about the 5 minute fair value gap being a good long, and us saying we don't like it because it's that open, that's just because we've seen open do this so many times where you get a wick into something and it looks good to do it and we'll actually take it. You fall short of the high and then you get the reversal. So I just don't like trading open because you get these volatility spikes and wick both directions, and I like to wait for the water to be less choppy.
I mean, the only time I don't trade open, but the times open's just gonna go when it's like everything's aligned already pre-open, and you can just tell.
Yeah. I like a manipulation pre-open, right? So say this consolidation, that's not a manipulation pre-open. We just go straight to expansion. So no manipulation pre-open. I will tend to not trade. But say we had a consolidation, then we just took this low, then we're reversing here. That's a different story because that's a manipulation pre-open. So that's something to write down. You can also use the same thing with 830. If 830 didn't manipulate, there's going to be another manipulation. So say this is 830. It's not manipulating into anything. Expands. Okay, well then, boom. Right. It's going to be a good trading day. I can feel it.
Well, the bias is pretty clear.
I've got belief.
The structure is good as of now.
This can still take out this internal low and be perfect.
I would actually like to see that.
Yeah.
Now that we've worked
Inverse
our
that.
way through that 5 minute pretty much.
We're inversing the 5 minute.
One more minute and we will, yeah.
It doesn't need, here's the thing, it doesn't need to, because there's SMT there technically. Yeah, because there's SMT here with YM. It doesn't need to go through the 5 minute. But if it were to inverse the 5 minute, then I'd want the manipulation. I'd really want the manipulation. So we drop down below the internal low, taking out the kind of consolidation sell side. And frame that as a manipulation. Also because there's the SMT with YM that took out the sell side. We're closing back above the 5 minute here. Got a big lightsaber. We closed up above the 5 minute. probably not taking a long anywhere there. Trying to see. There's a little bit of a 2-minute imbalance, but that's not really anything.
The only thing I see is this 3-minute order block.
Yeah,
But
I might do that. What's the size?
I'm still a little worried about YM and it not taking that low yet.
That size I just don't like. Taking that I just don't like because you're against this 1 minute. Might have to wait here. What I'm thinking is that waiting for this to really give you the narrative, so the 5 minute, waiting for to either expand to here and have some sort of reaccumulation. I'll get in on there, but I'm gonna stay out until then. I'll let it take the sunset. And I would not be flipping my bias to bearish. Everything bullish is at least good until, well, anything in here is good.
Pretty much until this 4-hour gets inversed on NQ.
Yeah.
I'm not flipping.
Yeah. Get you a YM's not even moving lower no more.
I just want it to just move. How many points does that have to move?
Probably like 40,
82.
80 points.
That's not much for YM though.
I said 40, but I guess it was like looking at NQ.
Still no first presented for value gap.
Looks like it's a little scalp.
A little wiki.
It could be a good thing to 1, 2 would be good to long in there. Be primed below 9:30 opening price, below all of the consolidation from the overnight. Any key opening time, we're below it. So relatively discounted to the opening price. But the 4-hour balance, right? I watched that. I still want it to stay in the premium of the 4-hour balance, which is this line. So yesterday and the day before, both on this kind of move, they both did this, where they took a high or put an S&T in with a high rated open, but they had a first presented fair value gap. Then it trades the first presented fair value gap, and then this change in state was the trade, right, off the first presented fair value gap. So the days with the first presented fair value gap, this was playing out. There's no first presented fair value gap here.
We just formed one and rejected off it.
Oh. We did just have one there. But I'm saying the move traded higher into the first presented fair value gap, then got the change in state as the entry.
Yeah.
Not using that for, I didn't even see it, but not using that one as the entry.
So we're digging back into that daily order block again. Daily order blocks paired with like a 4-hour or hourly fair value gap, I find are like some of the best reversal areas.
Not in this trade, by the way. This is not something I'm taking. Just have it marked out because it happened the past 3 days. Just a change in state off of something I got open. I guess you could say, okay, we have this bearish order block. All right, but I was saying specifically forming a first presented fair value gap on that down move, then trading to it, and then you get a move lower. And all those days too, they did have a 5-minute confirmation. So if shorts would play, the 5-minute confirmation would be the 5-minute IFEG. You could say 5-minute order block holding here on the bear side after we manipulated the 830 buy side. But again, against my bias, not shorting. I'm looking at the many first presented fair value gap there.
I mean, like there is an S&P at all-time highs, but when you fall that short of it, and then you get this slow of a retracement into the imbalance, that's not a reversal signature.
No, that S&T just delivered the retracement leg, right?
Yeah, just a lagging asset. So once we get the proper manipulation, NQ is going to really want to catch up. We should get a large move up through all the buy side. Five-minute got inversed. Yep, 5-minute got inversed. So we should take out this internal low first. Okay, there's the 5-minute order block traded to, as well as revisiting that first presented for value gap.
Okay, so for a little bit more context, what we're looking for is this drop lower below the sell side. This is not a trade we're in the short. We just marked it out because of the 5-minute inverse. So we want to see this drop lower below the sell side. Put an SMT in, then get a breaker IFEG or some form of entry model that we trade. But it'd be really nice to take that sell side out first. With the higher time frame context, there's no way I flip bearish until we're closing below here. And we're not going to close below there. Be curious to know what other people's biases are.
It'd be pretty tough to have a bearish one, personally. Just like you expand so aggressively yesterday, and then you just consolidate near the high, slow retracement. I don't know. I wouldn't be looking for shorts, that's for sure.
Now it makes it tough though, because I don't want a long before, but it's giving me that there's S&T there, so. So this is still a little bit tricky because now there's an internal S&P with ES here, and then also one with YM. So let's just do this. Okay. YM is still just kind of consolidating above that big draw. So I wonder. YM does the quick drop. That brings NQ below this sell side, which then forms the S&T like this with ES. That wouldn't be there. And then there's the higher time from S&T with YM. Like a big one.
Yeah, that would be the highest probability in my opinion. Because YM hovering above that sell side just feels suspicious.
But again, I'd probably still be looking for longs if it just ran here, because there is already the SMT. But obviously my preference.
Let's see. We do have, yeah, like technically we have SMT with the previous hourly candle low.
Yeah. Yeah. So we inversed the first percent fair value gap. It traded back into it, and it's now expanding right off of it, right? Again, the draw on liquidity is very obvious, being these daily highs, or the daily high, which is all-time highs, that we fell short of right here by 2.5 points. So Asia's session, Asia's high, and this high, relatively equal. Okay, I'm gonna probably try a trade here. Just looking.
So we have this 5-minute reclaimed, as well as the 5-minute order block or breaker, not breaker technically because it doesn't trade above that other high, but 5-minute change in state off the SMT, reclaimed, 5-minute inversion. Actually, it's still another 3.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Okay, it got half a freaking point away from my entry. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's great. Limits, freaking limits.
Okay, ES took.
I'm not even kidding. Look at my
That
chart.
is.
Look at my chart. Look at that.
Oh yeah, one tick away.
Yeah, no, half a tick. I put it at the half a point. I put it at the freaking volume balance above the little volume balance above the fair value gap, so I can get a better fill price, or not a better fill price, so I can include that in the fair value gap, just in case it does some crap like that. That is a piss off. That's a legitimate piss off. And you're allowed to be pissed off when stuff like that happens when you're trading. It's not being emotional. It's just an actual piss off. The fact that I was right about it, but off by half a point is just makes it worse. Okay, well, crap now. So let's just go back to the trade. If I did get filled, I'd already be up a 2R. This could have grounds to be
Still going to be a 10 a.m. continuation.
This has grounds to be a very emotionally disturbing move.
Oh, that was that PMI news that came out right before.
Yeah,
3 minutes ago.
yeah. No, I was trying to get filled on the close of that candle, pretty much. Market buying. Oh, I don't want to limit again. Anytime I've tried to do a limit, I get. And I don't want to take this reentry because now my risk's horrible. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna pull up ES because ES
Probably
like
just
better.
Probably just wait for a 10 a.m. continuation.
Well, ES took all the highs, so
yeah.
Oh my.
I'm probably just gonna wait for 10 a.m. See how the 4-hour hourly and 15-minute candles all close, and hopefully we don't take all the buy side by then. If we inverse the hourly and leave like a 5-minute imbalance, I'll look to trade a continuation out of there.
You could have taken the change in state entry, right? That could have been a trade to take. But it was also on the news candle. That's why I didn't take it. So it's like it's a pretty hard place to get in. And, you know, I was just so get in right there. And nope. No, it's kind of changed because if I had to fill price here, I'd be at break even. So we'll see.
Gonna monitor this 5-minute order block.
Okay, well, so the only thing I don't like now is the massive S&T at the highs, because ES is taking all the buy side. Right? Like what a crappy thing. NQ needs to take it. That's what I found. Should have removed my limit. This 5-minute does look nice though, with the 5-minute order block.
See how we react off that.
So you could, on this trade, for the longs, S&T with YM, you get this change in state entry after the first percent fair value gap, and you're closing above the 5-minute. You could take that if you're not afraid of it entering on the news candle, the close of the news candle. I like this. I really like this 5-minute right here, the 5-minute order block. Oh, we traded to it.
And it's paired with a 3-minute change in state as well, and a 3-minute for value gap.
I almost want to enter on this. It's not worth it.
No, I'm just gonna wait. I want to see how this hourly candle closes.
Not worth it anymore.
See, because if ES
I wanted the hourly change in state too.
if ES rejects off that high,
I wanted this hourly change in state to the upside. I had it marked up.
yeah.
All right, so to go back to the trade I would have taken, fill price was right there. Would have been tapped out at break even if I did get filled, or if I did enter, I'd be able to break even there. So let's see what my luck with break evens looks like. Still like the trade, right?
I like the idea still, yeah.
This 4-hour candle was the manipulation, right? This 4-hour candle drops lower, manipulates the previous 4-hour low. We're getting a kind of slow seek and destroy kind of delivery, but there'll be a re-entry. I've seen this a lot, where you get the move on open, then you get this, and then there's like an internal model, right? I can vividly recall a trade like that. So I'm watching this. Okay, order block here. Change, or the change in state on the 1 minute is almost tapped there. Moving back lower, trading into the data wick low and the first minute for value gap. These kind of aggressive freaking.
Well, because ES already took that buy side,
Yeah.
so we'll see what we get. YM just fell short of its sell side level.
Oh, it did.
Now it's expanding aggressively.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something new. I thought it went all the way back down.
No, it's just expanding.
Great. Are we gonna have to flip biases because ES took the all-time highs? We can note that, right? ES rallies, takes all-time highs, S&T, and then we're getting this move off of it.
I don't think I would. I don't feel comfortable shorting. I still like those highs as targets on NQ. I just think it's
There's
it's
a
gonna
massive
be delayed now.
with the massive S&T with them though, right? And the failure to print a 4-hour bullish candle off of there. The hourly change in state failed to happen. There's a few things. I still think even on ES it doesn't make sense to reverse from the all-time highs.
No, I don't want to see expansion through.
But now NQ should be in a place where it does take this low and does get a manipulation.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to see ES go too much lower. So we're in that 3-minute gap. 5-minute order block.
Well, it might go lower because NQ's got to drop to the sell side.
Yeah, I think NQ will take that sell side. YM is rejecting hard now. It's going to inverse its 4-hour here in the next 3 minutes.
Well,
So we inverse that 3-minute as well. Since it's so close to 10 a.m., I'm going to wait. I want to see all the higher time frame candles close. Get a clearer idea. Since ES took the high, NQ's kind of just consolidating. YM is going back and forth. YM's back up.
is it really?
It's
Wow.
getting close to its 4-hour, the low of the 4-hour. So I want to see if it's going to hold it or inverse it. I would consider it inversed already because the hourly got inversed.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So looking for NQ to deliver off this 2-minute balance to the sell side here. I don't like this SMT. It's 3-minute inversion on NQ, 4-minute inversion. Pretty much every lower time frame under the 5-minute got an inversion here. And then we trade back into a balance. This one's a 2-minute. So we got this 2-minute. Getting this move down to the sell side.
I'm not a huge fan of this hourly candle close on any of the.
Well, it's
NQ's a doji.
considering it's a 68-point doji wick.
YM might actually close back inside its 4-hour and not inverse it. Okay, it inversed it, but barely.
So this is the 10 a.m. opener here. Open, low, rip higher. I mean, NQ did have a bearish 4-hour close, but you got to get the down move for the manipulation if you want it to go higher. So we can allow that there. ES did get this bullish close though, right? So
YM did inverse its 50-minute. Looks weird though because the hourly gap was formed on both the sell side and the buy side of the curve.
So look, delivery from the 2-minute balance. We trade into it. Includes this little volume balance or boom, boom. You see the quick drop lower, touches the first minute fair value gap. A little bit of a hesitation, then open on the 10 a.m. candle, then drops it lower. Then we take out the sell side here. There's an internal small S&T here, but the logic would be to drop it down to this low and this low. Actually getting the good manipulation that we've kind of been waiting for. If we go to the 5-minute time frame, the movement's pretty choppy. We had this 5-minute bullish order block we formed, but really quickly invalidated it. And we did the same thing with initially the 5-minute inversion. We really quickly invalidated it. So, and then on the up move, we left this buy side here, fell short of it, internal sweep, then got this move lower. So I'd like to reset everything and take this low out. Yeah, we do have this S&T at the highs, which is like a little bit of something to take into consideration on the higher time frames. I mean, we got 47 minutes now, but I don't want to see much time spent below this midpoint of the 4-hour candle here. But I like this for a discount below here, and there is going to be an S&T with ES if NQ takes this. So from there, we'll look for a maker buy model targeting the relative equal highs and the high time frame objective.
Even though NQ's putting it in a bunch of failure swings, don't like how ES is taking all those highs already.
Yeah, I know. It makes it a little bit harder to read, but then I look at the hourly, and the way ES printed the hourly looks like it's just going to have like just like a grindy day. Just like few up candles in the hourly. Like ES might just push highs consecutively. Slow, kind of.
Yeah.
Probably me.
You logged in on Twitter. All right.
It's probably me.
It says Red Deer.
What?
Yeah.
It says what?
Red Deer.
Red Deer, Alberta. Oh, I just did it, so that'd be funny if it was somebody in Red Deer that had the
So ES traded down into its 4-hour order block. See, might be a long here.
big char long pre-market. Caught the move up.
Yeah, I like that 3-minute change in state right before open. But you have to sit through that chop, and then open just fell short of the target, but still. At that point, the delivery looked like it was going to be good. Now it's a little bit more.
Dude, so he's posting something with a new account. Like, kind of scammy crap is that? Still waiting for
Okay.
manipulation.
Yeah, I do want to see NQ take those lows. That would be the last move lower I'd want to see though, because we've already almost fully filled the hourly imbalance.
I like how NQ fell short of those lows.
Yeah, just barcoding on the 5 minute. Looks like a barcode.
Waiting for the manipulation. And it's, I really thought, oh, we've got news. Maybe we'll have some good structure. We'll have some clean movements. We won't seek and destroy. But yesterday had some of the good movement, but it expanded, right? It was kind of bad, but it expanded a lot. And then we're in a consolidation. So if you're like, oh, expect good trades, but we're in a consolidation, then it, kind of have to expect to sit patient. Great. Let's see this. If it takes out the sell side, we're ready. Okay, we're going right for this. Gonna put an SMT in. I'll check YM and see if it's gonna take that. No, YM's not.
ES is rejecting those highs as of now. I'd like to see ES kind of just sit where it's at and not get too much movement lower. And then I'd like to see NQ, if we're going to have a bullish scenario, not trade too far below this low and get an immediate reaction higher.
There. Okay. Now we have to wait and see if this is the true move. I'm expecting this to be the manipulation.
So we manipulate the previous 4-hour candle low. ES trades back into its 4-hour and hourly order block.
Look at all these good targets to trade to. ES is still, it did partially reject this high, but if we start seeing it move up quicker, it's still fine because it would just be the open of the low of that hourly candle. 4-hour candle also did close up above the high, so you have a 4-hour change in state delivering from the imbalance. So then you do want to see it flip and continue running higher. I don't like anything on the short side here. It'd be really hard for me to try and take a short when I'm looking for the long. Like I did say, if we invalidated the hourly, I'd be considering something. But in my opinion, this 4 hours is just a manipulation. So if 10 a.m. opens right here and then goes straight for the sell side, takes it, rejects and forms, that's your wick of the 10 a.m. candle. That's your manipulation.
So we'll see here, see if we can start getting some inversions to the upside.
Well, I'm just trying to look at ES, yeah. For that. The SMT with NQ and ES is very odd because it really cuts through price action. Cuts through right there.
I mean, this could just be a bear scenario now that ES took all those highs.
I don't like it as much. It's not a.
I don't either.
You don't.
I don't have any like super clear targets. But it's getting a pretty deep move lower. YM did trade to its 4-hour inversion.
It'd be funny if we run all the way to the sell side and take out the road vehicle as we left yesterday.
Yeah. Possibility, I guess.
Well, I can note that we were looking at the manipulation that we just had at the high when we formed the SMT, and then we got the inversion lower with the 2-minute fair value. Yep, that could be a potential short, but again, when you have a more bullish bias, like I wouldn't flip bearish until we're inversing this 4-hour or with reason to inverse it, and I didn't see that reason yet. Even with the SMT, just because ES did have that close up there. Okay, now this S&T doesn't cut through price action.
Maybe that's it. We'll see. We've pretty much filled that 4-hour gap, so I don't want to see much lower.
No. So what we've done is we've fallen short of the high or hit the resistance at the high, and then we've broken the range lower, and now we're dumping. So think about, oh, we're going lower. I'm gonna chase this shit.
Okay, we traded to a lower hourly imbalance and the 4-hour, 15-minute order blocks, not hourly imbalance, 15-minute imbalance and 15-minute order block. That's the lowest I'd want to see it go.
Nice fair value gap right here.
This is early entry. I'm not going to take this. I'm going to wait for some more confirmation. Just because we are delivering off that SMT.
Okay. Well, so here's the thing: is I'd be fine taking this inverse because, in my opinion, we don't need to go lower.
Yep.
For the longs, we've traded to literally everything that I'd want to see traded to, but no lower. So the hourly inversion, we're in there too.
I'm just thinking
Fully
like,
filled 4 hour.
I'm trying to think from like a short perspective. If somebody's looking for shorts, they'd want to see
It's 50-minute close.
pretty much right where we're at be the high of the candle.
No, or the 50-minute close. Oh yeah, the 50-minute like forming this for rally gap here.
So if this 1 minute gap holds and we get a little bit of displacement lower, then that would probably invalidate the longs. So yeah, I would want to see this 1 minute get inversed.
They can take the internal low first too.
Yep.
And I like that better, but
Just the way that like, so YM inverses the 4 hour, trades into it.
yeah.
Now we have kind of relative equal lows. ES rejects off the high with the SMT. So, not looking as bullish as I'd like. And it's starting to look like a more bearish scenario, but I just that slow move into the 4 hour.
Just from the S&T at the highs.
Yeah.
I'll still look for the longs here, right? I don't want to be in my opinion, the short structure wasn't that good. Leaving the relative equal highs and the massive consolidation, right? Since this is like a consolidation from last night, like the opening price, I don't just expect it to just put in relative equal highs, form an S&T ES, and then just sell off completely. It's a possible scenario, but I don't like reversals that look like this, where you have the aggressive move higher, and then it's just a slow move. In my opinion, that's not a good reversal.
Okay, well, we just put an internal SMT in with ES.
Yeah. Here's the inversion. Inversion change in state. I like this one. 10 seconds. And on the inversion there, targeting the equal highs. These equal highs. There we go. Okay. I'd watch this imbalance here, right there. See what we do there. Also the 2 minute. I'd want to see it get aggressive closes into it. We get this 2 minute change in state here in a second. Okay, right there. I think from my fill price, which is actually not as good, to there, it is a bit over a 2R. Okay, I like this. We have our liquidity sweep, we've got our SMT, we've got our entry model, which is a change in state inversion, 2 minute change in state. Targeting the relative equal highs.
So we just traded into that 1 minute gap.
Which is an entry right there. It's a potential entry. Still want to see it drive into this imbalance. It didn't, because it hasn't taken that high yet. But that wick into it, it's a good wick to leave into it. It's like you're in the imbalance, but you're not deep in the imbalance, right? Like we're only not even about a quarter into it. So Okay, we hit that imbalance, and I really like how the tag of that imbalance was off of this fair value gap. So trades to the fair value gap expands higher into that. That'd look good for running through it. And on ES, we're moving higher and closing above its 1 minute imbalance. Still holding this SMT, right? So now that we have this SMT, then put internal SMT there. We run higher. Okay, we tagged the 1 minute inversion. Same thing applies. I want to see it deliver from here, close up in there. ES is still holding up right near the high of that 1 minute imbalance. All right, now that we're 30 minutes into the hour, I'd like to see aggressive expansion higher, as this is turning into the wick of the hourly candle. All right, so if you look at the hourly, we're halfway through it. We just put the wick in, so we want to start seeing it get the reversal off the manipulation. Same with ES, because ES is traded down into its order block. ES has got a 5 minute imbalance right here. I'm going to extremely remove my risk on this trade. I'm putting my stop loss at that wick that we just put in. So I've extremely reduced my risk. A few reasons for that. We're failing to get the move through the imbalance that I wanted. And I know that there'll be a re-entry, right? Let's say I get stopped out. I'll wait for this actual full close up above, which actually confirms it. Okay, I just got taken out there. I am 100% fine with that. In my opinion, that's a mitigation. That's not any emotional trailing. That was recognizing this right here, trading into that imbalance, and then okay, we'll see.
I'm still not in yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a little bit unfortunate on my behalf, picking the wrong candle to do that on, but again, I was not anticipating a retracement to hesitate there. I wanted it to, when it got into the imbalance, to close up through it.
I'm more waiting for ES and YM to flip back bullish.
Yeah.
Just because if they don't flip back bullish, I could frame a bearish idea. like SMT, everything's, you know, YM inverse the 4-hour. But as soon as ES and YM flip back bullish and NQ gets like this 3-minute change in state or something, then I think we'll be ready to go.
I'm just watching this imbalance here that we have. I was just, because we wicked into it and we're closing lower, the last thing I wanted to see was us just grind slowly through that imbalance. I was like, I don't want to watch it eat that much. Like, I'll take that trade as a good trade, but taking the early entry into an imbalance like that, it's more of a cautious trade, because you should be watching, is it going to hold this imbalance, or are we going to run through it? And when you have that aggressive of an inversion, you want to see some sort of continuation, and get no continuation, it kind of puts you off, right? Because anytime you picture a reversal, it's an aggressive thing, right? It doesn't slowly do it, especially when you're still in this side of the curve here. So you're still in the down move. Once you get at that, you end up being like there. So that's what I'm waiting for, getting through this imbalance. No, I just didn't like how it hesitated.
Yeah.
So
I'm just looking at it from like a bearish standpoint and just seeing like if I was bearish, what would I be taking? And like you don't want to trade while YM's reaching into its inversion. ES already swept the high. All the bearish SMTs with NQ. You did inverse this, like that 15-minute to the left. You trade up into there off of the SMT reversal. If I was short biased, I'd want to see a short, like I'd want to see this 3-minute gap that we were just reaching into hold. I wouldn't want to see any higher. So as soon as that kind of gets invalidated, that'll validate the long side of things. And then I'll look to get aligned in a continuation. Or I guess a reversal.
another day with slow movement after open, right? You see the open and then it just back and forth, back and forth. And once there's an actual chance to do anything, it just consolidates. Okay, so looking at ES. ES did close above the 5-minute right there, which is a good sign. So ES is the more bullish one. Obviously, ES took all-time highs. That was one thing that was one thing to watch was the S&T, right? So now that we see ES starting to, instead of delivering from the S&T, then move higher, we're getting the 5-minute inversion. We want to see continuation here. This just looks like bad movement, though. Do you actually think you need YouTube videos to pop up? Like, even if it's like one YouTube video.
Well, live stream should still pop up though.
Tanya trades. I'm just going to her first video so I can see when she posted her first video relative to when her first live stream was. I'm trading the 3 p.m. macro using ICT concepts 2 years ago. She had videos before she had live streams. How did her first live stream have 14,000 views?
People probably just went back and watched it.
ICT. Calling her out.
Okay. Starting to get movement on ES and YM now.
Not NQ. Not
Yeah.
NQ.
On the hourly, they're both looking good, nice and bullish. Yeah, why is NQ taking so long here?
See, this guy's live stream pops up on my thing, but he's because he's already got 2,300 people watching it. Well, my original trade would be up, but I think I'm gonna like the re-entry better anyway. Size-wise, like I'll be able to get in more.
So we did just wick into a 15-minute. I'd like to see no hesitation.
We formed a 15-minute. That's surprising. Let's just do what we did right at open. It looks like the same. You getting in?
Yep, I'm gonna get in on the. Let's see. I don't see a good 5-minute entry.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Just the movement. Just ES having already inversed the 5-minute and expanding away from it. NQ then closing up above the constant encroachment of that imbalance.
I'll take the 3-minute change in state, which we get in a minute and a half here.
My objective is these relative equal highs. I'm not holding it longer than them. My TP's at 23,425. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's another entry where it's actually closed above it, inversed all the imbalances. I'll just remove that and put a line. Ooh. Yeah, inversion there. So ES is pretty much back above all-time highs. It's above the old all-time highs, but it's got the highs it just put in at 64.10. So we'll see. NQ has gotten the move on the 2-minute and inversed it. The 3-minute is closing in 6 seconds, which is that's what he's entering on. Okay, the 3-minute inversed.
Did get the inversion, did not get the change state, but I'm still gonna get in there.
It also just tagged the little 1-minute fair value gap, so. This is a good trade. I like how we were hesitating just at the little lower half of the imbalance, but then running through it was like butter. Just all-time highs. Here we go. All-time highs. This is the trade of the day. As soon as either TP or stop loss hits, it is off the charts because the entire morning has led to this one trade. But the way I'm seeing it, should be done in about 20 minutes. We'll be done trading once it hits the TP. Relative equal highs are nice. I'm just watching ES to see when it takes the highs. Once ES takes the highs, I'll be considering going to break even. We have 2 standard deviation of this little move lower into the rejection block, or the open and close of those candles, close and then open. So watching that, it's aligned with the premium arrays and probably aligned with ES taking the high once NQ's trading. I want NQ to catch up. There's times when you get the weaker one that catches up to the bullish one. So it'd be like ES holds here a little bit longer and NQ gets one big move and they kind of catch up. I want to see that. But, you know, ES will most likely take the high first. I did want to see this 3-minute candle be a bit more bullish than it is. ES is moving.
Trading into that 3-minute gap now. Last resort, pretty much for this trade.
Last resort for the trade.
Well, if it inverses that 3-minute, I got my stop loss at the 15-minute candle low. At this current 50-minute candle.
I think I do too. I do too. I'm just looking at ES. ES is so close to that high. So NQ should start to get the movement higher. I mean, it is the weaker one, so.
Yeah, I'd like to see it flip. If NQ holds this 3-minute gap and then gets a strong 3-minute candle closure, I'd probably look to add. That'll also be the 15-minute inversion. In 2 minutes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, wasn't the 15-minute inversion like 2 minutes? Yeah.
So yeah, then next there's 3-minute candle closes and the 50-minute get inversed in the same candle. So I'll look to add there once we get a closure above.
3-minute get inversed.
50-minute get inversed and then 3-minute change in state.
Okay, you said 3-minute get inversed too. I was like, what?
Sorry, I meant the 50-minute inversion,
Yeah.
3-minute change in state.
Yeah. Minute 18. Still watching ES here. Looking like it's gonna rip some new all-time highs, but it's not like I'm not gonna close it just because ES is at all-time highs. The NQ definitely holds more weight in where it's reaching for, right? Since they're correlated, I'd put NQ in front of ES. So if NQ's got these equal highs, relative equal highs that we're drawing to, it's gonna take them. Just because ES is at the high, it's not gonna reverse. It already had the chance to do that. It had the SMT put in. Moved lower, but the move lower was just a manipulation.
$30 seconds till this candle closes. Want to see it flip green?
I don't like that this market is just like consolidation, one up candle, consolidation, one up candle. It's like climbing, but like not progressively, like one jump at a time. This 15 minutes has been closed up above. So the new 15-minute candle right there.
So I'd like to see this candle expand pretty aggressively, actually.
I want this hourly candle flipping bullish.
Yes,
Great.
that'd be nice.
Would be great. And ES?
Hourly candle flip bullish and a 15-minute strong displacement candle. Getting
Yes,
a 15-minute order block.
ES coming in close to these highs, but not quite getting there. Oh, okay. We're seeing NQ start to hold more bullish. Let's see that be true. ES had a 15-minute change in state, so we're good there. considering going to break even once we trade above there?
I'm gonna be taking the trade off at the
Mine's 947.
Yeah, that 947, 948 buy side.
Yeah.
I do think it'll get a push through all-time highs, but I'm just gonna be content with that first
That's
hard time from swing point.
for me. That's really good for me.
Yeah. Okay, we finally got that 3-minute change in state.
And ES is not quite at the size yet. Almost there. Okay, ES is approaching. Pretty sure it's a point away, half a point away from the high there. Okay, there we go. ES still hasn't taken those highs though. That's when ES takes them, that's my break even. Which is pretty much all it should have been right there, but okay, ES did not take those highs. I think you decided to get a big down candle.
Just trade it back down to that 3-minute change in state and 3-minute order block.
Yep. Oh, we took those.
I'm gonna look to go to break even once we take that 957 buy side.
I'm already at my break even there, just because we took those highs on the ES now.
Yeah. Do you like the delivery off the SMT though? Off ES.
You know, this
Just good.
break even shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Oh, my break even got wicked actually.
Ah.
It feels a little tight still, so I'm actually just gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna let it.
My break even's at that swing low in the 2-minute and 3-minute gaps.
Yeah.
In the 3-minute gap. Yeah, 2-minute and 3-minute gap, yeah. Follow through of the candle, not just a wick, right? That's what you look for. I'll draw the sell side imbalances from the left side of the curve to see if we can run through them. So this is a break-even trade, worst case. But looking at everything else, right, it's a very comfortable break-even for me. Now that ES is up above those highs. You know, you really want NQ to start seeing it put its freaking jet engines on. This is the 1050 to 1110 macro hitting. ES is pushing above the high nicely, but NQ is just holding right now.
Yeah, just hesitating to get up there.
Yeah, I mean, we do only trade NQ, but understanding ES has the more bullish structure, so it's going to take the high out first, right?
There's also just not as much to target on ES because it's at all-time highs.
Yeah.
NQ's got overnight buy-side levels, pre-market buy-side levels.
Oh, it's a long hold, maybe. In my opinion, it would pick the speed up getting up into this much of a premium, right? It would be quicker. Because pretty much as soon as if we start closing up into this imbalance here that we previously held, it should be quicker. Just because all of this price below this, pretty much if I can drag this green line to the left, this is all like consolidation and like back and forth price action. Price tends to match what it does on the other side. So you see that right here, we're kind of consolidating. Right here we consolidate. Right here is kind of like it's quick right here. It's quick right there. A little slower rate at this area. Kind of consolidation, right? Isn't this a fun hold?
It's going to be a long hold. By the way, the NQ is moving right now.
Every minute it closes up 2 points. A point, actually. Damn, ES is just it's pushing new highs too. NQ just cannot move with it.
This whole trade right here. All right, just equal high trade. Yes, they're perfect. No, because That means a jacker can move. That means a jacker can move.
NQ's starting to get some good movement now. Back above that 1050 buy side. Don't want to see it wick back down though. I want to see it get some closures through it.
Once we trade into the upper premium, it should be blasting the socks off.
As much as I want to hold this all-time highs and really milk this thing, it's just NQ's movements so slow.
I'm just holding it to these equal highs here at 400, 23,400. That's my draw. I really like it because it was falling short of this high right at the opening bell.
Well, and sometimes what you'll get is, so we're in the reversal trade. We'll get the expansion to those relative equal highs, the internal buy side. And then from there, we'll get like some sort of retracement and then another leg of expansion.
I'm plenty content with that move to these equal highs here.
Yeah.
That's a good draw.
That's same here. I'm fine with that. And I mean, sometimes you get the move just straight through it, right to your target.
Also, it's a 3-hour trade, so
Yeah.
we've closed above that 2-minute balance there.
Really liking this hourly candle at the moment, the way it's going to close
Yeah.
the next minute and a half. All right, hourly candle close there.
Cool.
It's a good close. I don't want this candle to dig super deep. I prefer if it basically has held this 1 minute gap.
We did close up above this 2-minute right there. I'm not touching my trade. I'm not adjusting anything until it hits this the high there. So there's no partials here for me, as I believe it would be a straight shot to that high. Right? A straight shot. I'll mark up this most premium imbalance right there. I'm gonna put it in gray because of how.
So yeah, I'm at break even already.
You just moved to break even?
Well, I moved it on the last candle because I took the 3 minute change in state.
Okay.
Well, the 3 minute version initially, but then I added some on the 3 minute change in state. And then I reduced my risk a little bit. So I was risking about 315, I think, to make 730.
This is a potential. If you were wanting to take a partial off in some place, you could take it off in this most premium period, but it looks like it goes right here. And then honestly from there too, also to these highs. So I might manage the stop loss on this one as we go through these highs. I'm just watching it. Well, this was a good trade. It just made you wait, right? Really made you wait. So my first entry down here got stopped out right there just because I wasn't so trusting of how we were wicking into here. And then once we got the real close and confirmation, I was actually able to get in more size in there, which even made more at this high. Just because of the stop loss size, right? Like my stop loss here was only, I guess it says, 16.5 points. Stop loss in the other one was like 25 points. So I'm able to risk more on a smaller stop loss, obviously. I also liked this for confirmation better for the trade. But from entry, been waiting 26 minutes right now. So, but I do definitely look for the expansion through these highs too.
I'll do a quick recap of why I took the trade. Just pop it to the daily real quick. Daily order block, still relative equal highs. Haven't taken the high from Monday. Dropping down to the 4 hour.
Hold on, I'm trying to follow what you say.
4 hours.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
there.
4 hour chart's frozen. Just wait. Refresh the page. Okay. 4 hour. Trade down into the 4 hour quite a few times, but wicking down and holding the constant encroachment of the 4 hour. SMT with the previous 4 hour candle. So this would be classified as a 10 a.m. reversal. Hourly, you take the 9 o'clock hourly candle low and the 8 o'clock candle low, and you get a very, very strong reaction off of it. 15-minute inversion. Also have an SMT with the 10 o'clock and 10:15 50-minute candles. And then you get the 15-minute inversion. Dropping down to the 3-minute. You got the very small 3-minute imbalance off the very first green candle that holds. You get the displacement higher. You get a 3-minute change in state.
It's also the
3-minute
inversion.
gap.
It's not a very small 3 minutes. It's a 1 minute inversion.
Yeah. So you traded the 1-minute inversion and small 3-minute gap. Deliver off that with another 3-minute imbalance, and you get the 3-minute change in state and another order block on the 3-minute, which was my entry.
With the fair value, yeah, that holds.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Holds, then you get your entry. Then we're expanding. Also, relative equal highs, draw on liquidity, all-time highs, relative equal highs. To note, S&T with all-time highs put in here. ES trades back above the high, invalidating the S&T. So we can expect it to be a fake S&T.
Because ES took all-time highs and failed to reverse. So that's why I was waiting for the later confirmation, because if it was a true reversal, ES would have held bearish, NQ would have held the 3-minute gap from 10:09, and we would have got a movement lower. As soon as we inversed that and disrespected it, and ES started flipping back bullish, and there was SMT at the lows, that shown paired with all the other higher time frame confirmations that was the true reversal. And yeah, now we're just break-even trade, worst case.
Best case, we take this internal buy side with aggression, and I'm trailing my stop loss, and then we keep running and take the daily high.
I was honestly debating on doing that.
I'm doing that.
I'm going to do that as well. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to tell me when we take it, because Top Step X seems to have some delays where it's like on my chart it won't show that it took it, and then like it'll start rejecting a little bit, and then the wick will just
I'm
print.
not going to go right to the candle. I'm going to go below it a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I do have to go to the bathroom, so.
So then once that 3 minute fair value gap held, form the order block and the change in state, then the change in state and the order block both held and displaced for 6 straight candles. That's where I'm going to break even, inversing all the premium gaps on the 3 minute. Not the 2 minute, 1 minute yet. That's why I took a partial, because we're in the most premium possible imbalance in this price leg. Not yet.
Okay. All right, I'm taking half off in this imbalance here, just because it's hesitating. So I'm only still in 7 contracts from down there. Yeah, just because it's the last fair value F and hesitating in it, it's just uneasy. Obviously, the confidence in the trade definitely outweighs that little imbalance, but I wanted to secure something, right? Because I did take a smaller loss earlier, just mitigating that loss and bringing my thing up in profit a good amount.
The only thing I don't like is we're not really leaving many imbalances. It's kind of just like a slow kind of grind higher.
We didn't leave any imbalances on the move down either.
The candles are also just bigger. Like look at the move up and how small the candles are. Like if you go to the 1 minute.
No, I know. It's very visual. Like it's like the first thing you see. Wow. MNQ got a way bigger move.
Yeah.
NQ did not get that move.
It just printed out of nowhere. Too.
Yeah.
It just showed up on my chart.
MNQ,
Didn't even like trade low.
MNQ's wick looks like this. And NQ did not do that. The wick difference is like 7 points. So I'm right about my partial there. Now instead of it being a full round trip back to break even after being up 2R, I've secured half. So I realized 1 hour, which is good. And then because I'm extending it and I was going to play it differently, as in managing it at the buy side here, adjusting stop loss, then I'll be able to make up the difference with a further run or two. So it is the end right there of the macro. So that macro kind of didn't really move. Like 18 points. So we're at the end. The next candle should be inversing this little gap, running higher, taking those buy side. See it speed up, right?
We're about to form a 15-minute imbalance as well. 3 minutes.
Bro, could you imagine seeing this shot?
What the hell? That's crazy.
That spin is crazy.
That's crazy.
So now because I've got faith in it running out to high and because I've already done the partial, I'm going to sit back, my feet up, just wait.
Actually, just curious, what would the risk to our board have been on ES if you just took it?
Not as good.
Doesn't look like it. No really good entry either.
ES is not as good. ES is,
Yeah.
and there's another reason why we only trade NQ. Even though ES was the more bullish one, let's say we took the 5-minute inversion on ES here. And target the internal high. It's a 1 to 1.5. So, and then like, what is that? But if you do the same trade on NQ, it was a 1 to 3 to the high, right? 1 to 3 right there. Sure, it hasn't hit it yet, but it's just a little bit cleaner because you actually got highs to target and you're not just running it to a fake level.
Okay, based on the displacement that we're getting here at the end of this 15-minute candle, I
will
would
not trade back
prefer,
that balance.
yeah, I'd prefer that this 15-minute imbalance stays open and it just be a breakaway gap. My break-even stop loss is still below that 15-minute imbalance in case we do decide to trade back to it. But again, I'd just prefer if it just goes, leaves that open.
Something I like doing is looking at the 5-minute. It's just the way it moves is just a little more calming.
Yeah, I've been starting to.
I think every trade we take has something on the 5-minute that you could look at.
I've been starting to limit my 1-minute entries and try and stick to the 3 and 5-minute.
Yeah, you took the 3-minute.
Just feels a little safer.
So if we talk about the P&L on the week, I'm the one taking the 1-minute entries. He hasn't taken anything. He didn't take anything on Tuesday and Wednesday. I took them on the 1-minute. He waited for the 3-minute. And I got stopped all the days. So technically, him waiting is way more profitable because he didn't have to take 2 losses and he was up on Monday. So he'll be, well, so far he's got a fully green week, which is good.
And looking back, there actually was a few 1-minute entries that I feel like I would have taken, and some of them would have lost for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like sticking to the 3 and 5-minute. It just feels better. And the thing is, most of those 1-minute entries that you're like, this is super clean, it's already having the 3-minute and 5-minute.
Oh, 100% it does.
So
Are we golfing today?
I can book a tea time.
Sorry, that reminded me of golf.
The tea, Elkridge tea.
Oh, it was in my pocket.
Yeah. Dad, you coming or are you done still? Need a break?
It's nice.
Okay.
Oh gosh, look at this freaking inversion we're about to get. Don't get it. Would be better for the long case. This 15-minute close is pretty good though. It can wick into that 15-minute, but
Okay, so I guess we are going to trade to that 50-minute imbalance.
Just mark out this SMT we've got here. Could be grounds to fully close the trade, right? Having SMT there. But again, I got this confident draw. With ES, look at ES here. I'll go to the hourly on ES. Delivers out of the 4 hour. This hourly change in state, trades back down into it, holds it expansion, right? So it's not like it's a. Where'd this hourly?
Okay, so ES traded into that 50-minute, NQ didn't. So there's a small bullish divergence there.
We could do 210, 230.
I already got his booked for 1240.
1240?
Yep.
3?
Yep. No 2. I'll add him in if he wants.
Good morning, man.
You should come golden.
Me?
Oh, yeah. Come golfing before fall starts.
It's already starting.
What time you guys want?
1240.
Yeah, put me in.
Okay.
Still sitting, waiting. And there's a little bit of a consolidation up here. But consolidating here does make me believe that with the expansion to here, we would run to the daily high.
I'm actually tempted to. I think I'm going to set my final take profit at the daily high. But I do want to take a partial here. Depending on how quick we go through the buy side, I might just jam my stop loss up to the high as soon as we take it, if we can displace through it, and then potentially just ride out the rest.
How does it feel just like this impossible task to get 12 points up? Like, it's like it just doesn't want to.
Okay, so off of that 15-minute PD array SMT, we got a 3-minute and a 5-minute change in state order block.
Yep.
So this should be quick to the buy side. Now I really wouldn't want to see that 50-minute get traded too. I want to see that be left open.
I'm just sitting on a 15-minute so I can manage this trade better. No, 5-minute.
Yeah.
Doing some stop loss slidage with this move up above the, oh, we didn't quite get there.
Yeah, I trailed my stop loss to the 11.19 low because it's protected by the SMT.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, in that case, if it comes all the way back down to there, it's probably going to trade into the 15-minute. So there'd be a potential re-entry.
I don't think I want to be in the business of re-entries up here. What a little scam right there. Look at this thing.
Slow move.
Wow.
Can we just get like 3 candles to the upside? That
No, it's funny
Keep
because
it
it gets within 3 points of it and then it comes back down in one candle, which is great. Still holding it though. Didn't move my stop loss because it didn't trade above the high I wanted.
Still holding these 2-minute balances. I'd prefer if we just actually got some displacement higher and not slowly grinded.
Let's take the volatility we had in the last 2 candles and put it straight towards the upside. I'm just gonna listen, but do the opposite. Just having these 3 highs higher and not going higher, it is like you could take it off there and be fine with it. Isn't that stupid how it gets so close to the high though?
Yeah. Prefer if it just went.
Like what?
ES and YM are still in their 15-minute gaps. They haven't left it yet.
Yeah, because ES is kind of ES just did had a little bit of an internal manipulation there. So now there's this SMT. Oops, that's not. There's this SMT. Oh, you didn't. You moved your stop away from there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 50-minute, and if that 50-minute candle would have closed there, I would have probably left it. But I do think it could still possibly trade back to that 15-minute. So I moved it back just to break even. It wasn't even worth the trail either.
Okay, now ES is starting to slowly kind of flip more bullisher. And with that little bit of an S&T, it could be good. Wait, that's not the S&T. Oh, that is the S&T. Okay, yeah. I'm very comfortable with my stop loss still being at break even there. This is it's just taking way longer. I was thinking like, yeah, we'll just do this one trade, and then as soon as we're done this trade, we're gonna end the stream. But that was an hour ago, so. Hour 10 minutes ago that we looked at that. Great. What the? It's so weird.
Yeah. I'm just not even gonna watch it. TP set, stop loss set, break even, risk free. Oh, I'm just gonna leave it, let it go.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this candle opened, went higher, went down here, went back high, and went back down here. Jeez.
Okay, so we wicked into that 50-minute.
Okay. So there's no S&T there no more. Put the 15-minute. We didn't trade to the 15-minute yet.
Equal those or what?
Not quite.
Okay.
On this one, on NQ, it didn't trade to the 15. MNQ, sure. MNQ didn't trade to the 15-minute. MNQ put equal lows in. Tap the 50 minute. Oh, almost tapped it. Didn't quite tap it. Nah. So 3.5 points away from the TP, and it got 26.5 points back into drawdown, which is sad to watch. But maybe that right there is the manipulation we needed. Oh wait, no, those are equal lows though. But close enough.
Did it trade into the 50-minute for you?
MNQ didn't even.
Okay.
Good enough for me though. It ticked it, right?
Yeah.
Traded to the 15-minute order block. A 15-minute order block. The reason I say it's good enough for me is because we're getting a big move off of it. If we keep moving higher and rip the highs, so I don't really care if it traded to the 50-minute or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm not even like on the 1 minute, you don't even see an imbalance really there. Like the only thing I really would notice is like we just had this kind of like, you see this little consolidation, how we put those two relative equal lows and we just took those out. That's all I really care about, is taking those lows out. That's the manipulation. They took a PB took a 4-minute inverse.
Yeah, I seen that.
Remember, I mentioned that. I said everything below the 5 minutes got the inverse. It's 4, 3, and 2. Right, the one they took. And where'd they take it to? But what did they run it to?
I think they just ran it to I don't know, one. It said 1 to 1.5, so
yeah,
whatever that is.
1 to 1.5. It was just below the sell side. I had too strong of a bullish bias to do that, so. I mean, since they're more mechanical, just like strictly mechanical, that's why they did that. Okay, if we actually can trade to the 50-minute and get something good off of it, then it's fine. But this is just the most painful price action to watch. Again, still the break even is here, and we've partialed one right there, and the TP is within this range. It's going to be managed. Like once it gets up here, I'm going to trail and see if it gets like, you know. But from the 15-minute to the daily high, if it can trade to the 50-minute, it's put equal lows in there. It's fun. I still find it funny how it was like, you know, I'm gonna end live stream after this trade. It shouldn't be that long, and we've been sitting here for now 110 minutes. Sorry, not 110 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, so pretty much the entire morning we called for this sell set to be taken and then see some long setups off of it. The first entry down here was a little bit sketchier because you have this imbalance that was getting wicked and kind of consolidation right below it. So trading through that, that's a really high confidence entry for me. So I was in more here. I did get in this first one here, but closed it at a small loss, like filled there and closed it. Closed it at like, oh, I'll just do this. That's how I had that one, because I didn't like how we wicked into it and didn't expand through it, continuing with this up candle. But I was able to get in more size with this one because I had more confidence in it. So instead of it being a 6 micro trade, it was a 14 or a contract and a half, a mini contract and a half. Okay, we finally traded to that 15-minute right there.
Only thing I don't like is hourly candle, the 11 o'clock hourly candle opened up higher first, and now wicked lower.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay.
if we can get out of this 15-minute quick and get back above the opening price, then it's not as bad.
The 15 minutes still looks good, but ES being above all these all-time highs here, we've got the SMT with every kind of high we've put in there.
I think this 15-minute will hold because I think if we were going to deliver lower, it would have been off the initial SMT that we put in the morning. But considering we dug deeper into the imbalance and then got a strong movement higher off an SMT, I'd classify this as the low of day.
This is the low of the day right here.
10 o'clock, like 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
10 o'clock reversal is low of day.
Yeah. Well, that's why when we were down there, I was like, I love how discounted we are for longs. That's why I didn't like doing, like, I looked at the longs right here off of the initial manipulation, but since we hadn't taken that low and we weren't really discounted relative to the overnight opening prices and consolidation of all the sessions, I was like, I really want the manipulation lower, and then we get the manipulation lower.
Well, and at that time there was no SMT either.
There was one here with YM.
Like internal, super internal.
No, with 941 on this sell side, 847 and 941. At the time, there was S&T with YM there.
Oh, okay, yeah. But I like the higher time frame one when we manipulate lower and then form it with ES.
Oh yeah, no, every time you tell me there's a S&P with YM, I say no, there's not.
But I prefer to use it with like actual like higher time frame swing points. That's what I prefer to use them with.
Oh yeah, I exclude YM. I don't look at it really. I prefer ES. Like if the S&T's there with YM, but not with ES, is good.
I would classify it as good, yeah. If it's like a valid like high, like if it's a good high.
Yeah. But if it's a good high, it usually has the S&T with ES. And
well,
YM.
like the other day when we had the SMT with, what was this?
At the buy side, yeah.
That high was good, even though it was with YM. So we're starting to get movement out of this 15-minute, which is nice.
I'd really like if the next 23 points was kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off.
So we're back above the hourly opening price, which is nice. Now, if we get like I'd say like a 3-minute or 5-minute change in state, because we don't really have any
2-minute
like fair value gaps to inverse that are super obvious. If this 1-minute candle closes right where we're at or a little bit higher, inversing that 1-minute gap to the left, I would say that this is the low of the hourly candle.
Also, for the one person watching this entire move was outlined. And if you have any questions about why we came to the conclusion of a bullish bias and didn't look for shorts at all from the entire opening range, just send them in the chat. Ask us. We'll answer.
Maybe let everyone know that you're just starting to. Right?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Well, yeah. But if someone
3.
goes on the stream and all of a sudden says, "Oh, I'm the only viewer." What?
We have it in the chat. We have it as a pinned comment.
Oh, I didn't pin it today.
You sure? Thought I seen it in there.
I didn't pin it today. I had it in there. I didn't pin it.
Oh, okay.
I pinned it now. Yeah, we do live trading every day of the week. The first 3 days of this week Monday was good, but Tuesday and Wednesday the price action was slow. I mean, not that today was fast, but
It is not fast. If anything, it actually feels slower because you're in a trade.
I don't know. We were streaming for 4 hours on Monday.
Yeah, this whole week's been pretty slow. I mean, there wasn't much news this week. I thought today would be a lot faster considering there was high impact news. But guess not. And we've just the entire move we got in the past 5 minutes is now gone.
Yep.
Still not touching anything though.
It's
It's either break even or winning day. So
it's just wicking down to wick down, dude. It did close the 2 minute, has a change in state or a 2 minute breaker, but it's would have been better with
I don't like how the candle bodies are so small.
that's not a very small candle body. Look at it. It's a big black candle.
Like if this 3 minute got an internal sweep and then a breaker, that would be better because it's
I was wondering what he's doing then.
sounded like a video game. You're done? Oh yeah. Are you up on the day?
150 to the right.
Okay. That's not terrible though.
We got a little bit of like a trading collusion. I think that's what you could call it. Where we all we got an office. We got 3 people trading in it. One who doesn't really follow the same kind of strategy we do, but me and Graydon, we trade the exact same way. So we're actually in the exact same trade. We're just at different fill prices. And it tends to be that if we're both in a trade, it's a better trade.
Yeah.
If I'm just taking the trade, it's an early entry. He likes the higher time frames a little bit better. I like the 1 minute stuff.
My fill price is, which one is it? 23,355.75.
That's your fill price, and
Yeah.
that's my fill price.
23,355.75.
Okay, this is well, if it continues and closes up there, I was gonna say this is the volatility we need.
Yeah, it's just got to keep going. It's got to stop like hesitating.
I don't like.
With this speed, I'm gonna monitor how fast we trade up to the like 940 buy side. And if it's still slow, I'll probably just be all out there. If we can get through it relatively quick, I'll look to aggressively trail my stop loss and then look to ride to previous day's high.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Or not previous day's high a day. And all-time highs potentially.
Monday's high.
Yeah.
You know, I really wish I could put music on the live stream without like copyright stuff.
Yeah.
I did. I even put the non-copyright stuff on the one day, and it still had a claim on it. It wasn't
Really?
it wasn't a strike. It wasn't a copyright strike, but it was a claim. I don't want to deal with any bullshit. So I just listen to my own music.
Yeah, it's weird.
So I'm always vibing, and I've got setting the mood on with the music, but nobody else can hear it. Do you know why trading feels longer when you're live streaming?
What was that?
Because since we started like live streaming, I'm like, gosh, the entire AM session feels so much longer. It's because you're like I'm always staring at the chart. It's like every candle I watch.
Yeah.
And when I'm just trading generally, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for this to happen, and then I'll go on my phone.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Go do something else.
Yeah.
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Oh, the song is comical.
Is it free falling?
That's not free falling. No, it's I
Okay.
won't back down. I mean, you were right with the guy.
Instead of I won't back down, I went back down.
No, it's I won't back down. It's the persistence of not letting it go back down. See, what I don't like is when you get like a big up move like that, and it doesn't close like the full candle.
Yeah, it wicks down.
Yeah, I mean, not that it really matters, but it just I like seeing like momentum continue. Like
Well,
this candle closing right here would be better than wherever it's going to close, unless it continues going higher.
well, like ICT says, the wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story, or the narrative, I guess you would say.
I'm getting fucked by these wicks right now.
I mean, you can just turn the wicks off, I think. If I look at my chart, I think I can turn. I think there's a wick. Oh, yeah, right here, wick. I can turn the wick off.
What?
Yeah, there. If you turn the wicks off, it looks really good, actually.
That's funny.
Right? If you ignore all the wicks and you just look at the bodies, it actually looks pretty good.
It always looks good. Wait, is this? That's so interesting.
Right? Like, it just looks better.
Is this the new play?
Just trading without the wicks.
Did we discover
That could be
something?
sketchy, though.
Is this no? Because think about it.
I guess you'd see it trade there.
The bodies of candles are generally have the more like volume.
Yep.
Right, or liquidity. Sorry. So, right here is the real high, based on the bodies. That's where majority of the liquidity would be in theory. But with the wicks, you see a little bit of a different story. Fuck. So, the wicks are crazy.
Yeah.
I like it. And a little tip. So I remember I used to do this. I would always be more confident looking at shorts setups, or I could see the short side of the market easier. So I would do this. I'd put my chart upside down, and then I'd be able to see. Oh, okay. It's going to the sell side here. These relative lows. I think it was something to do with gravity or something. But I used to do that.
Oh,
It's funny.
Okay. This is gonna be the telltale. I think if we trade back down to that 50-minute one more time, it's probably gonna be a break-even trade. I want to see.
We've been on the chart for 179 minutes.
We're still going to. We're like halfway to take profit, so it could
3
be
hours.
Could be another couple hours here.
3 hours. Almost 3 hours.
I'm gonna trail my stop loss to the low inside the 15-minute gap once we get above this buy side at 11.25.
That's not a bad play.
Because if it takes that high and rejects back into the 50-minute, I really don't even want to be in the trade anymore. So once we get above there, I'll look to trail, secure a small green day at the worst case. Ideally, though, I just want to see the next like 10 minutes expand through that buy side from 9:45 kind of deal.
So what you're telling me is there's a legitimate person watching it. You're not watching it on your phone like you usually do.
I'm not watching it on my phone now. Do you have the chat up in case I say something? Or?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. I think I'm gonna take a partial at this buy side up here at,
Golden buy side.
let's see.
You're talking about the 400 one?
I'm gonna
400 buy side?
take 5 contracts off there and then I'm gonna let the rest go.
I don't have a TP yet.
Oh, but I have so much conviction in it going higher. It's like I don't even want to.
I don't have the TP. I don't have a TP.
I don't
set
want
yet.
to cut it short, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take 5 off at that 400 buy side.
How many are you in?
I'm in 7.
I was in 14, but I'm still in 7. But shit, that's good for you. So I'm right now managing it on I have 2 screens. I've got an upper screen. That's where my Top Step X is. We only have Top Step accounts. So I just have one platform to do it on, which is nice. And what I want to see is it push through this high very aggressively, and I'm trailing and managing my stop loss accordingly. Actually, wait, let me do the math here. See, with this kind of reaccumulation and then seeing this expansion, you would definitely expect it to rip quicker, right? So from this buy side to this buy side, I'd want it in like 5-6 minutes, not 30. Like from this internal buy side to that external buy side, which we haven't even tagged yet.
I've trailed my stop loss to that 11.38 low. So worst case scenario, I secure a $200 day. But
You would really hope it doesn't leave this buy side now, right?
well, yeah, I wouldn't want to see that.
Could you imagine leaving that buy side? when it got what's a point away, 1.5 points.
Okay, if it can get up there, I'm taking 5 off.
Not quite. You could just take it off now and it'd be the same.
I'm gonna leave it. It could be. No, I'm gonna take it off actually. Okay, took 5 off there. Secured a just about $500 day.
Just about a what, $500 day?
Yeah. 450.
Holy shit, we actually fell short of it.
Good thing I took it off.
I'm
Now I have 2 contracts running.
We have the same thing. I've got 2 contracts running too.
I'm going to all-time highs with this one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go high a day. I'm not gonna go all-time highs. I'm gonna go high a day.
Isn't that all-time highs?
They're relative equal highs. It's a $10 difference, and I don't want to get wicked out by that. So
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy. What's that? Let me get zoomed in here. Let me get the freaking microscope out. So that's the buy side. So 2 ticks. It was 2 ticks away, and I had to manually close it. And because I manually closed it, I probably got a worse fill. Yeah.
but yeah,
Regardless, the total P&L right now, even after having a losing trade of a third size loser, we're up. What fucking math am I doing? Okay, I'm up 3,140.
and I'm up like 1,700 for sure. Tread stop loss in the 15-minute gap, $46. But whatever. I'm not adjusting anything anymore. I'm gonna let it go.
I'd be lost for words if it reversed from here.
Actually, like my trailed stop loss is below the current hourly candle low, so I'm perfectly fine with it being there.
There you go. That's
Yeah, letting this go.
that's the screenshot of the current P&L. But still holding to this daily high now, just because it looks good.
Yep.
Second longest stream today, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
gosh.
we shut her down. We have our partial secured.
No, I'm on the stream until it's done.
You're on the stream till it hits.
Yeah. You always want to leave the stream early.
Well, I mean, trade's been managed, stop loss and everything's been set. It's been in the trade for hour and a half almost. So I would actually be crazy if we left relative equal highs like that. It's just dumped. I'd be glad I took a partial. We do have a 5-minute order block that we just traded to.
So they got 4 minutes on this 15-minute candle. I'd want the 15-minute candle to close like a little bit higher than it is. Wow.
I like how ES and YM flipped. Flip bullish out of that gap.
Okay, well, I've been sitting on one of them. Okay. Yeah, so ES is... Yeah, okay. YM freaks. I don't like looking at that. I find ES and NQ are the closest in correlation. So when I look at YM, it kind of throws me off. Honestly, looking for the next, after this 2-minute candle, the next 2-minute candle will be up there. Would be okay, wait. Yeah, it needs to, because the 15-minute, I want to close up there. So we can see that we're in this 2-minute balance here, right? So if that gets closed below, it's not as good, obviously, but I want to see it hold. Just because of the 50-minute delivery, we traded lower on the 50-minute, then get an expansion, right? Falling short of the buy side by that much, you don't want to leave that run back into the 50-minute, which makes 0 sense. So there's the 2-minute. Oh wait, no, there's another minute. How many points do I need? 36 more points. It's not even worth it for 2 micros. Honestly, the entire month of June or July has just been lethargic like this. Just slow. You get like one quick expansion and then the rest is just super slow. And this isn't even like, this doesn't count because this is at the end of the day. This is the AM session into the PM session. This is the AM session.
Oh,
This is
well,
the PM.
might get taken out with a trailed stop here. Glad I took a partial at that relative equal high before we took it or failed to take it. And we didn't take it on NQ, right?
No, we didn't take it.
Okay.
That's why it's so I'm putting my thing so people don't doubt it. Can I like perfectly overlay it? Oh, it's way lower. What? All right, we're beaming for that stop. That's what happens when you inverse that 2-minute.
Full steam. Yep. There we go. Taking out. That's fine.
Okay, the total P&L is 850.
I secured just under 500.
I'm actually gonna look to take another trade to target these relative equal highs.
I'll probably tape read it. I'm not gonna. I mean, unless it's like dumb clear, but. So we took out the previous hourly candle low, trading back into that 15-minute imbalance. ES actually dug into the lower imbalance, so there's SMT there as well.
I don't even think it was worth it for me to take my shit at a trailed stop loss. Should have just took it all off at the high.
I was more holding it just for the idea of the higher time frame and the idea of the model.
Yeah. See, dude, if this is a normal day, it should have just ran that out in the first move. Like when we traded to that premium imbalance there, the bearish one.
Yeah.
That's when I partialed one, but partialing one there kind of messed up my risk slightly. Because then the next TP wasn't that far away, right? Okay, I'm watching here to see if there is another entry. Just because it's now got a new hourly candle, right? We'd had this hourly bullish change in state. We trade to the 15-minute below the sell side, which is your manipulation. ES is into the lower 15-minute. So good manipulation.
If I do get the
What are you up today?
just about 500. If I get the potential re-entry, I'm gonna take it with what I had left running. Obviously not gonna do like full size.
So I'll do $80 then.
I'm gonna do 2 micros if we get a trade. I'll ride it and secure another couple $100, but I'm not gonna risk all the profits I made.
Depends how good it looks, right? You got those equal highs now. That's a
In order for me to take it, I'd need like a 2 or 3 minute inversion, like right now. Like I need one big up candle, and then I'd consider taking it.
Yeah.
Any hesitation, and I'm not hopping in.
This is definitely, since it's lunch now, has the chance to be in a bit more aggressive move because the AM session was quite slow, lethargic, and we're in a range. So I want lunch to break out of the range now that we're done with the AM session.
Extremely bearish 5 minute candle close. I'm gonna need. I'll take this 3 minute inversion if we get it, or 2 minute, whatever looks better in the moment.
There's the internal sweep I'd look for.
Yeah.
I know it's not a big internal sweep,
Yeah, and there's SMT there as well.
but seeing
with
that
ES.
would be good.
Wouldn't want any lower.
Well, if it goes any lower, then I'm just
No trade.
sitting still.
Yep.
I'm only taking a re-entry on the basis that we left those equal highs there. If it really wants to drop all the way down to a discount, then it's fine if there's a re-entry. But seeing nothing, it doesn't bother me. It's kind of coloring outside of the 15 minute. Those all from the 12 o'clock candle open right there. All that down movement. Okay, nice. Nice manipulation there. We are into the 15-minute order block right here. Got so many things in my chart. I'll move off.
Okay, so decent reaction so far.
I want those for journaling. Really, really good reaction right there. Let's see. I'm not the type to want to take that right there. I'd look for more displacement here to get in. This could be a whole new trade. Because now we've got a better manipulation. We've got quite a bit more context. Yeah, we got taken out of the trail break even.
I had secured most of the profit though.
Yeah.
I'm up 500.
Oh, nice. Up a lot.
850.
We're looking to possibly re-add.
I'm gonna gamble with profits.
I'm only gonna add 2. So like I was in 7, took 5 off. Like look how close I got to taking that.
Yeah.
There's a little hair between. So I took it off right because I was like, it just fell short instead of rejecting. I was like, I'm not doing it. So I took it off. And I'm glad I did.
I also took them off there. You could see the execution.
But there's,
Smart. I have 10% the same thing when it gets that close. And you,
if it doesn't just like, if it gets close and doesn't just go through and it just kind of wicks, it's like, I don't like that. The extra $10 isn't worth it.
still dumping, eh?
Yeah.
Roll even now.
You're in a short?
He's break even on the day.
Yeah.
Not bad.
If we inverse this 15-minute to the downside, I'll probably just step away.
Oh, I am. Yeah, that's completely the opposite of what I'd want.
And I mean, but like even if we trade to the lower 15-minute and then get something out of it, that's not ideal. So
No, I'm only jumping to take anything if it's off this move right here.
I'd want it to be like right now because we do have SMT with that lower 15-minute gap. So if we can get the like 3-minute inversion,
So for all the support and resistance traders, I wonder if they see this as like resistant
they're shorting right
and
now.
they're short.
So we'll see if they make money.
So like if what they're doing is like if they're like, okay, we trade into this like 15-minute resistance right here, and then they go to like the 1 minute and say, yeah, we're in this 1 minute support here and we broke through it. Now we're retesting it if they're shorting that. Oodly doodly knows. I still remember the one soup trade. I don't really take total soups. I remember the one soup trade, and it was exactly like this. Well, not quite exactly, but it was the same logic where you have the expansion, and then you have the consolidation. You drop below the low into a 15-minute gap. I didn't do like crazy size for it, but I did like a micro.
Made like what, $50?
No, I actually got on the trade, but I had it. My initial position was at the soup. I just don't trade soups. I understand the logic, and I just don't execute on it. I mean, obviously, yes, you can define the risk of a soup by putting it at the SMT, but I like confirmation, so I don't take those. It's pretty solid. We actually had one person watching for like 40 minutes
Sweet.
while we were in our trade.
Well, they could just see us printing.
Holy crap, dude! Having like 30 people in here would just be beautiful because you could be able to talk to people.
Yeah, not just be sitting here staring at the chart for 4 hours.
Yep. This could be a great re-entry or a second entry after the retracement. Freaking perfect. Well, if I pull up my standard deviation, well, it depends on which one I'd use. Let's use this one. Right at 2 to 2.5. Now we're getting the retracement, and we can expand to the 4, which is relatively close there. So, like if I've got it on ES, and ES follows the logic a little bit better. 2.5, then returns to discount.
Okay, we have a 5-minute imbalance now.
The inverse, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give it this 5-minute candle. If we inverse the 15-minute to the downside, I'm just gonna step away.
Okay, ES traded to a discount. I think you just got that another internal sweep. We're in a 15-minute breaker or order block.
Yeah, so if I didn't take a partial when we fell like a tick below that high, I would have got off the break even there.
And you'd have been tilting.
Yeah, it wouldn't have felt great.
One take away from the buy side. That's one whenever I'm actually like limiting out of a position, like putting a limit to get out, I always go like 2 points below. Just in case.
Oh yeah, it's like when it falls that close. It's like, yeah, it looks better when you execute right on the buy side getting taken, but like that extra $10, not worth it. Not worth losing like 600, 700, whatever it is.
Okay. Starting to move. My entry would not be the 5-minute inverse because it's too high up, I think. Well, actually, you can almost get a 2R. We'll see. Well, depending on how we move.
We'll see here. This 15-minute candle closes in 30 seconds. And even if this 15-minute does get inversed, it still could, it could re-inverse it back to the upside, get the 5-minute inversion,
Yeah.
and then
But you
expand.
realize ES is inversing its 15-minute.
Yeah.
Right.
I got my piece of the pie. I'd prefer just to leave.
Well, especially with the crap action we've been. Are we going to hold it? We got 1 second. We definitely did not hold it right there.
All right. End the stream there. Still a possibility that it, within the next little bit here,
There's a possibility
gets a
for
5-minute inversion, but
there's a possibility for the long setup, but we're going to end it. And you're on your own to all the million people watching.
just going to outline it quick. In case we do get it off this 5-minute inversion, could be a decent long.
I'll just draw that because they can't see your chart.
Yeah. 5-minute inversion to all-time highs.
That's the only thing I trade. Otherwise, if that's not happening, it's going to pull another freaking seek and destroy day. And do this.
Okay, I know you don't look at YM, but YM took the 10 o'clock low. So there's a fat SMT down there.
Yeah.
So if it happens right now, like if the displacement happens right now, could be okay.
I think we're going to walk out.
Yeah, I don't even want to take it, honestly.
We're going to walk out of the casino.
But yeah. All right. See you tomorrow.